And here is Firestorm and Sergeant Justice open up and out of their packaging. Well, they were open, but anyway. As you can see, Sergeant Justice is like a Lamborghini styled, Ferrari styled police car, and Firestorm is a ambulance, yeah, it's a fire truck. It's more of like a British styled fire truck. All the front of it looks a hell of a lot like Optimus Prime. But yeah, these are the cheap Transformers. They are made for cheaper plastic, but Sergeant Justice is made of really, really thin, cheap plastic. As in, Firestorm's more like a knockoff plastic, if you know what I mean. They come with a couple of accessories. Helmet for combined mode for a Tornado, which all the paint all on this toy is not painted properly, but the moulding details on the accessories and Firestorm are okay. The moulding on Sergeant Justice is pretty bad, and I'll get to that later. But anyway, you got the helmet there, which looks nothing like the one on the box, because the one on the box has this crest on there. But anyway, there you go. It's just a helmet, just goes over the top of Sergeant Justice, which makes the top half of the robot. As you can see there, it's not zooming in properly, it keeps focusing in and out, sorry about that guys, but it's there. Sergeant Justice comes with this sword, rifle, gun thing, which looks pretty cool actually. It reminds me of something from Halo or Destiny. It looks pretty cool. You've got some moulding detail in there. It's thin, but it looks like a sword thing, which looks really cool, and I kind of like that. It can fit in his hand, but cannot fit in his hand, and I'll explain that later. And Firestorm comes with a like hose attachment, which goes on vehicle mode. I'll show you that off in a little bit anyway. The vehicle modes are a little bit, they're about the size of a Voyager class Transformer. I'll just push these over a second. Here is Bumblebee from Transformers Robots in Disguise. And as you can see, the sports car here is actually bigger, so it's more like a Voyager sized Transformer. I can see, there you go. The paintwork on these guys are, it's not as bad as on Firestorm, but on Sergeant Justice it's just laughable the way it is. Which we'll look at Sergeant Justice straight away. Sergeant Justice, like I said, is like more like a Ferrari, now to look at it, Ferrari type car. You've got police on the side there, which I'll show the paintwork in a minute. You've got police on the side, nice blue colour. You got the lights painted and everything, some moulded in detail, but if you look closer at the bonnet here, you can see that it looks like they haven't they cleaned off the plastic to paint it. It's all come off and everything. It just looks really bad. The painting there is not that bad actually, but the police, you can see there, it's not even done properly. Some paint is leaked down there. The back is really funny. Obviously they tried to put a template over the top, but it's gone off screw with, so they painted the light and everything. Even the exhaust isn't painted properly. It's just funny the way they've done that. And on this side you can see they've taken it off and the paint has got off onto it. I understand it's a cheap Transformer, but you still have to have some level of professionalism with it. The lights are painted at the top. Nothing I can't do. We're going to be modifying these two up once I've done the review. I don't mind if I mess it up. They're only cheap Transformers. But as you can see, you're like there. I'm just on his own to show you the size difference between Bumblebee there. So yeah, his transformation is quite easy. It's really easy transformation, like I said. So. There are actually pieces of plastic coming off Sergeant Justice. I don't know where they're coming from, but anyway. Now he's the worst one out of the two, with the transformation and everything. It feels like he's an afterthought, to be honest. But anyway, to transform, you want to do is just come over here, bring down the bonnet like that. Bring up the bonnet like that, and then up here, you've got to get this whole, whoops please, you can bring that, lift the whole roof of the car up like that, then bring these down for the legs like that. Then flip. Now these are the fists for the combined mode. What you do is you flip them out, and then there's this piece here which you cover, which covers the fingers, but you can still tell it's a fist. It's just really funny. That's what makes me think. It was one of the reasons why I think it's actually an afterthought. Bring his kneecap down like that. Stand him up-ish. He's got really loose joints. Come back like that. Flip up these. Bring down the bonnet there like that for his chest. Open up these pieces all the way to the top, and underneath fold down his arms, fold out his lower arms like that, and then you have Sergeant Justice in robot mode. Now, one thing to know if you're actually going to get this or have got this whole joint here does not want to stick together, because it's supposed to fold like that for vehicle mode, but you have to push it down a bit more, but when you push down too far it pops off. So I'll probably end up replacing that joint there from a couple of old Transformers that are broken. These joints do not want to stay at all, so bear with me. Speaking about joints, there's nothing in the head is just stiff, it does not move anywhere. He has a joint in here due to transformation. He has like a double elbow joint here, and again you have to be careful because it'll pop off. Nothing in the wrists, which the hands look ridiculously small. Nothing at the waist, at least I don't think there's anything, no, nothing at, oh yeah, there is some waist articulation, just a little bit. He has a ball joint in at the hip, he bends at the knee really loosely, and he has this weird fist foot thing, so yeah, and just don't want to stand up at all. You can easily fix that though by tightening the screws up. Now for him to hold this, it doesn't hold like a conventional transformer. He has this peg thing here that you slip over his hand. That's probably why his hand that small, and you can actually hold that. The same peg system is actually on the combiner fists as well. I'm not sure if I want to do this up much. I might not actually do any paint to it at all, because it just seems a bit wasteful. It just feels like an afterthought for some weird reason. It's got a sticker under there as well. So it's a good idea, but it's just it's like they've got two different toys and put them together, because the joints aren't the same in each of them, the design choices aren't the same, and the plastic isn't even the same either, so they must have just got two different toys together and made into another. But his weapon's really cool. So yeah. We'll stick him off to the side here, while we will take a look at this guy. Firestorm's vehicle mode, as I said, is not an ambulance, I've done it again, is a fire truck, and British looking fire truck anyway. Looks pretty cool. Again, the paint lets it down, but not as much as Sergeant Justice. See, pretty cool. It's got like Optimus Prime type chest there. All the colours are fine, it just needs painting up. They painted the nubs on the end there silver, but forgotten that one. But it's got, for a cheap Transformer, it's got really good moulding details. As you can see in this door here, it's got details there, some great details in there, hoses and stuff, vents. It's got even got a window shaped in this piece here, which is part of his arm. Back here, the bottom of his feet are not transformed. Oh yeah, they're transformed. But anyway, bottom of his feet have got details on it. Lights have got details on it all the way across here, inside there, all the way across, and then the front is really cool as well. The vent and everything in there. It just, lack of paint, it just lets it down. The plastic feels cheap, but not too cheap, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can tell the difference between this plastic and that plastic, but there's not much difference from that. It's got some details on the inside as well, so we'll get on to that. It's got a combiner port at the top there, which is basically just a hole. So see, the transformation on this is easy, but not as easy as Sergeant Justice. Now to get this guy transformed is kind of like an Optimus Prime figure. I've said these fists don't go in the front to form the truck, but basically what you want to do is fold this flap down, And again on this side, fold it down and kind of loosen this piece. That's his weapon, stick it off to the one side, and then just zoom back here a second, like that. And then you want to do the fists were in there. You see that little tab? That's to lock it. It's not to hold it in. But this actually holds it in properly. On top of that, bring it out. Second, like that. And then obviously the doors. Open these doors up. Fold out the legs. Twist it around. Spread the legs apart. Then come back here. Fold in these doors like so. Fold down the arms. You can see it. Fold down the arms and situate them properly like this. Like so. Twist down the fists. Make sure you flat that down first. Alright, and come back here. Open up this panel here. Fold out the head. Bring that piece in and tab it back into place. And there it is, Firestorm in robot mode. Firestorm's robot mode is pretty cool. It reminds me of Inferno, the whole shape. Not the fact that it's a fire engine, the fact that the chunkiness reminds me of him. I forgot to mention there's like a little star symbol, and it's also on Sgt. Justice. But anyway, this is pretty decent. Apart from the paint that needs updating, but everything's pretty cool. Like the whole design choice for this, and there isn't. It just doesn't look like it's been designed by the same person. The only thing that's similar to it is the fact that the head does not move. But as you can see at the back's nice and clean. It's got great detail all the way through it. If I had this on my Transformer shelf, you wouldn't be able to notice that the fact that it was a cheap Transformer unless you picked it up. Some extra detail is in there. In fact, there's some detail on the side of the door, and then on the inside of here, I'll zoom in for you. There's actually moulded in bullets there, which is pretty cool. I mean, a lot of thought has gone into this, even though it's a cheap Transformer. I don't understand why the other one was like that. Like I said, it was probably an afterthought. But anyway, I'll just zoom in on his head here just to show you. It's kind of like a generic Transformer face, but decent enough. Like I said, I'm going to probably concentrate more on this to do it up a little bit better, and I'll probably do a video just to show that off. But it looks really cool. Just standing next to Sgt. Justice next to him, if he'll stand up. Let's put these kneecaps forward, see if that helps a bit. There you go. There's the size there. Sgt. Justice is a little bit smaller. It looks like Sgt. Justice's whole body doesn't seem to fit together. Everything's out of proportion. His chest's way too big, his arms way too small, his hands are way too tiny, his legs are too short. It just seems a bit off, and like I said, it's probably an afterthought of it. The combined one looks cool together, but it just annoys me with that. I wish the figure was a little bit better. Here he is with Bumblebee transformed. As you can see, it's a standard deluxe, and as you can see, they're all pretty much bigger than him. I'd say they're Voyager size, I think I said. And they look pretty decent together as well. If you're going to keep them together on the shelf, I will. Probably with Health. I can't remember his name now. Let me have a look to find his name, which is very difficult. Firestorm. Right. So yeah, looks pretty cool. One thing about Firestorm is the fact that he can't really hold his weapon. But show you it, it's very difficult on the white. You see, he's got this handle, and it doesn't. I think he's got the normal 5mm pegs as a normal Transformer would, but it kind of holds there. But as soon as you move, it will fall out of place. You can actually hold it in his hand like that, but it looks a bit odd. I might actually change that up and put a different peg on there later. But again, this is hard to see. But he's got some great detail in there, which I might go over with a silver wash just to bring it all out. It looks really, really cool. This folds down. I don't know why it folds down. Probably to create a blaster most likely, but it doesn't fold all the way up. But anyway, pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, these guys have do combine, and they have like a shirt mode and a pants mode. So we'll get onto that. Transforming Firestorm into pants mode is very, very easy. Basically, you keep the legs the way they are, You open the panel at the back for his head, fold his head all the way in, peg that into place. Leave these panels the way they are, fold back the arms, swing them around, basically just fiddling with the arms to stay there. Twist the fists on the inside here because you can put the weapon without using it here. And his fists here, this side, bring this side in as well. Situate everything, put that into the hole there, and then actually no, you don't have to. There's peg holes on the inside there, his fist, hold them in, squeeze together, put it like that, and there you have the pants mode. Very, very basic. Now, Sergeant Justice, when you do is take his weapon off, then his transformation a little bit more involved. Basically, what you want to do is fold the fists back, not fists, arms back as you would in vehicle mode, leave them up there, like so, just lift that up there, and then split down the middle, like that, and then twist this piece around so this piece is facing down, like so, bring it up, like that, and then twist the ball joints around so you can get the movement in, bring them across, and all you have to do is just fold this piece back and that guard back, like that, twist the fist around so the kneecaps are facing up. This is what from the instructions, and then what you want to do is a peg right there, and then what you want to do is there's a peg hole at the top, and just peg that into place. Like so, if it will, like that, situate everything, and there he is, combined. I did actually forget to do something. The helmet just slips over the top of Sergeant Justice's head, and there's a combined mod head. Sergeant Justice on top looks really awesome. It's not as awesome as the actual picture on it, but it's awesome nonetheless. Just take the camera down a bit because I haven't got enough desk space, but as you can see, proportions are a little bit off. The arms look really weird, but it's still a combiner and actually holds better together than any other combiner I've had before. You can see, again, Firestorm folds up a little bit better and looks a little bit more streamlined as pants mode, and again up top the chest and everything's fine, but the arms let it down a hell of a lot. Like I said, it must have been an afterthought of combining these two figures together. It just seemed to be a bit really weird, but yeah, if you're looking for a cheap transform to do or practice on to do, I'd definitely recommend getting this. The articulation rise for Firestorm, I almost forgot, is he has nothing in the head, just like Sergeant Justice, and then apart from that everything's different. He has basic shoulder movement up and down, there's a swivel there, it bends at the elbow, his wrists rotate, his waist articulation, he also rotates here as well on the arm, it bends at the knee, his kneecaps also move, there's nothing at the foot, but you can get decent poses out of this one. Is actually my favourite one, actually, to be honest. Out of these two, Firestorm is my favourite one, just because it just seems to be an altogether better transformer than Sergeant Justice. Plastic seems to be okay. The only two things that I would like them if to change on there, if they could change, was the fact that give his head articulation and give him a peg that he can hold his weapon with. Apart from that, and the paint obviously, apart from that, everything's fine on that figure. To me it feels like an official figure, apart from the head and the weapon, that is. But I can wooden pie that myself. Probably end up giving this one to my nephew when he gets old enough, but yeah, he doesn't even understand. But anyway, yeah, he's definitely a cool transformer. If you see these in B&Ms, pick it up. At least you can customise and do stuff with it, and do stuff with it to make it your own, which I will be doing with this. So this takes back. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm sorry for not putting videos up on sooner. I will try. See you later.